Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He definitely can play. Tyus, very much like you, man, I had an opportunity to be with a superstar icon-type player in Allen Iverson my rookie year. You had Kevin Garnett, you had KG, and he's legendary for his shit talking. What was that like being around him as a rookie?
Man, it was amazing. It was amazing. For me, I'm born and raised in Minnesota, so I grew up a big KG fan. Watching him, in playoff games, playoff atmospheres, and just following his whole career. So for me to get that chance to be his teammate and kind of for him to be one of my vets, was a dream come true. It was, for me, I'm just showing up to the facility every day, watching his every move, watching, paying close attention to everything he's saying, just trying to soak up that knowledge that he was trying to pass on to us young guys that whole year. And it was I got KG stories for days.
I was
sure.
I was about to ask you, man, because I've seen some stuff with AI. What's it like getting ready for a game or a practice with KG? Like, what's some of the wildest things you've seen behind the scenes with him?
His intensity level is through the roof, and that's in everything he does. That's practice, that's games, that could be shoot around in the morning. He's taking it like it's life or death. Quick story. I always, one of my favorite stories is first day of training camp. I'm a rookie. I'm nervous. They're telling you, make sure you're the first one in the gym. So I think it was an 11 o'clock practice. So I'm like, I'm gonna get there at probably like 9, 8:45, 9. Make sure I'm extra early. So I get off the elevator and I hear, music blasting in the weight room. So I turn the corner and I look and it's KG in a full sweat at 8:45 in the morning. Practice isn't for, 2+ hours. But he was the first one in the gym, had been in the gym for a while and was already in his full routine, full sweat. And that just kind of set the tone for me. I think that showed me like, look, this man's on season 20. He's a Hall of Famer, and he's, the first one in the gym by far, getting his work in a full sweat of day one of training camp, when he's not expected to do that. So that's one of my favorite KG stories because it just shows his greatness, shows his dedication, and the passion that he had. And like you said, the intensity of, him showing up to work every day.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Tyus, your brother Trey plays on the Spurs. You guys have faced against each other 10 times, I believe. What is that like? I couldn't imagine being able to do that, play against my brother. How cool was that? Is there trash talking? Is there more, more to it than just playing against your brother? Are you trying to go at him even more so? What's that like?
Yeah, it's hard to put that into words. That's one of those dreams that don't seem reachable or attainable. It's, we've dreamed about that since we were little, playing on the Little Tykes hoop in the backyard, just playing against each other in the NBA. He's been my biggest fan my whole life. I've been his biggest fan. So just cheering each other on, trying to get to this point, but then us both being here, being able to play on this stage is just a blessing. And then, but those games they mean a little more. They mean a little more for sure. When one of us comes down, gets a chance to, we score on each other. The other one's definitely coming right back at him. But those games are the ones we'll never forget. Our family, usually makes that trip, and it's a big celebration. To say the least.
I always wonder when siblings make it, like two siblings make it big. Is there a competition on who buys the best gifts for the rest of the family from there on out?
I think early on there was, but now it's just kind of, we're kind of both, we're both comfortable with where we're at, so it's not too much competition.
I always wondered that. All right, the thing I got to ask you about is when you were in Minnesota, it was the Jimmy Butler time. And obviously the Jimmy Butler time in Minnesota is just sort of cherry on top, that infamous practice where he went off. Were you in the room for that?
I was in the room for that. That's one of my favorite NBA moments to date. I think you always hear guys telling their, kind of their NBA stories. and that's definitely one that's up there. But it was kind of a buildup of things. Jimmy, Jimbo is an amazing teammate first and foremost. He's a guy you want to go to war with, go to battle with every single night. He's gonna pump you up and put the battery in your back and make you feel like you're the best player on the floor, no matter what your role is. And for me, as a younger guy, when he got to Minnesota, he kind of took me under his wing and take me out to dinner, made my family feel like a part of his family. He would come to Trey's high school games with me from time to time. So I have nothing but great things to say about JB. But that practice was definitely legendary, and there's a lot of layers to that moment. And it's funny because Josh Okogie, who's teammates with me now in Phoenix, he was a rookie in Minnesota that year, and that was his first ever NBA practice. So we talked about that day quite often.
How bad was he actually cooking that day? He was going?
He wasn't shooting the basketball.
All layups.
He wasn't shooting the bat.
Oh, at
he
all.
wasn't shooting at all.
Wow.
He was proving a point that you can win while doing other things besides scoring the ball. And he did that night.
God, I just love that.
That's what's up.
He was passing the ball, taking charges, picking up full court. He was doing all the little stuff, and his team wasn't losing, as been told.
Point proven.
Crazy. It was a crazy day.
That's tough. I like that. Tyus, this has been awesome. We appreciate the time, man. Good luck this year.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.